Hello and welcome back to your favorite show, and that's the Ask Me Anything show. You know, after doing over 250 episodes, I thought, you know what, we're just going to let the audience bring the questions. And what a great job everybody's been doing. And they've been spontaneous questions, unprepared and unannounced, and they're just popped them in the air. And boy, we're having lots of fun with that. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Loche. Welcome to Friday morning's Hangout with Michael show, live every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. And the purpose of this show is to uplift you, inspire you, and give you the tools and processes so you can live a rich, awesome life. And to help me with today's Ask Me Anything show is John. Good morning, John.
Good morning. My name is John Inverarity, and I'm a certified emotion code and certified body code practitioner. And I'll be helping out with any emotion code questions and reading the comments today, reading the questions. And yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, keep us busy. We're here. We'll probably be 30, 35 minutes, and bring your questions, Get them
in early.
I'm just going to name drop just a little bit. But when Oprah was interviewing me on the radio, she asked me, she said, do you want to know the questions in advance? And I said, no. And she goes, oh, like a little smarty pants. She didn't say smarty pants. I'm thinking that she might have been thinking smarty pants. Say that. So, so I'm good at that. Good at taking your pop questions. John, before we do that, I want you to go look out in the room. I'm going to make 2-3 quick little announcements, and we're going to get started. Okay, it's here. It being the free masterclass. I never called it that till now. Someone just called it that in the chat room. It is the 5-session series on your life purpose. It is a book club and class. So when I want you to register because I have a 10-page workbook that goes with the book. So you need to have the book. You need to download the workbook, and it's 5 free classes starting in October. And I'm going to put the link to how to register for that in the comments after the show. 5 free classes working with this book with me live on Facebook with the workbook. I'm excited.
Say yes if you're in.
What's that?
Say yes if you're in.
Say yes if you're in. Well, we got a lot of people. I got about 100 people registered already because I've been promoting it on my Facebook page. But today's the first day live. We're talking about it. We'll be here doing this. I've got 2 Law of Attraction seminars coming up. That's a little postcard we use. One is in Victoria, and it's on October 21st. It's a Sunday afternoon, 1 to 5. The next one's Windsor, Ontario. It's Sunday afternoon, November 11th. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/events, and you can see all that upcoming stuff. John, let's go out, say who's saying hi, and in addition to their highs, we want their cues, because today is Ask Us Anything on Q&A Day here on Hangout with Michael show. John, let's go take a look and see who's saying what.
Everyone's in, so we'll start there. And Hannah Pell is here and is waving, says hello.
Hey, Hannah from Israel's in the house. Hello, Hannah.
Yeah, Natasha Paula Samuel is here again, says hello.
Hey, Natasha.
Yeah, Susan Arthur's here, gives us a wave.
Hey, Susan.
Kelly Carson says, good morning from the Sunshine Coast.
Hey, Kelly. Our friend Gwen Lorena. Hey, #Dream Team LOA. I love seeing you live from London, UK on a day off, so I'm here with a cuppa and I'm ready for the show. Oh, good stuff. Hey, Gwen, why don't you just pretend that we're at your service today and you're sitting back with your cup of coffee on your day off in the UK and you're thinking, I've got a question. What a perfect day to ask it. Go ahead, ask us anything, Gwen. And one more from me. Hey, Doug Collins is in the house. Hello, bros. Happy Friday.
And Jennifer Towner, good morning from rainy Seattle.
Yeah.
And Tammy France says, good morning, Michael John. Sheldon Foster's here, says, hello, everyone.
Oh, great. Lots of people out today. Good stuff. So good morning to Jennifer, our friend Maria. She's going to be signing up for the Your Life Purpose event. And Sylvie Bellini says, the dry day here in London. Leslie Owen giving us a good morning. Good. Well, there's lots of greetings. Hello, it's not greeting day at Hangout with Michael. It's Q&A day. Okay, pick it up a notch. Ask a question. John, please scan for questions.
I don't see any questions.
I will.
Okay, but more greetings. Don Boehm. Good morning, Michael. John. Good show coming up. Janet Logan. Hey, you too.
Brenda Lewis, good day, everyone. Happy to be here. I think you just said Faye said good morning as well.
Faye and Barbara Roy. Hey,
Always
Rose.
with
Good
us.
evening. Maria. Signing up. Kim.
I'm just reading the same one.
You go ahead.
Kim Petty Renshaw. Good morning from sunny central coast of California. I think smarty pants when I listen to you too. When I listen to you too. Really? You think smarty pants? Kim. First time watching live. Kim, it's Q&A day now that you've introduced yourself. What's your question?
Kim has entered the chat.
Hey, John, while you're doing that, no, I'm going to do it after the show. I'm going to put the post in the comments. So after the live show, the post will go in the comments. I'm looking for a cue. Finding anything? Oh, here we go. Thank you, Leslie Owen. How do I keep someone else's negative energy from affecting me? My mood changes noticeably when I'm around a certain person. Well, we know what the obvious thing would do is not to go around them. But it could be a spouse or a kid or a parent or somebody you're living with or married to. I get it. Now, I'm going to talk about two things. The first thing that I want to say is the response that you're getting from that person is matching the vibration that you're sending about them. So they're just matching your vibe perfectly. I know nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. It's like, what do you mean it's my fault? I didn't say fault. I said the person is responding to your vibration. So here's your homework, Leslie Owens. This is taken from my book, Law of Attraction, The Clarity Through Contrast. I want you to do my ideal relationship with this person that you're talking about. And I want you to write all the things that irritate you and tick you off and agitate, the things that you don't like about them. And birth clarity to what you do like about them. You see, right now, when you build the list of what you don't like about them, you'll find no wonder you're getting more of what you're getting because this is all you can say about them. And the challenge is you're in that loop right now, right? It's hard not to have more of the same when you're observing it. So you're observing that person, they're having that behavior, it agitates you, you send out the negative vibration, they respond to it, and you're in the loop. Hashtag loop breaker. Right here. You stop sending that vibration about what you don't like about them and what you'd like instead, and they couldn't buck this current if they tried. They can only match it. Okay, Leslie. The other thing I wanted to say, but I'm going to save it for another teaching point, was just about you. Well, I'm going to show it. This is you, Leslie, and you only have one job, and your job is to mind your own vibration, and whatever that takes for you to do that. New job, new friends, new volunteer position, new clients. With Law of Attraction, checking now. And it doesn't know whether you like it or don't want it, or like it, or whether it's good or bad, it's matching it. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say, we get what we vibrate. Okay. I hope Leslie remains a top fan after that little reading. John, do you see another question?
Yep, got a couple here. Sylvia Bellini.
Okay, go ahead.
Just remind me, apart from poking people with a sharp stick, how can we help them raise their vibration, apart from minding our own?
Well, you can't. Now, this is a good. Thank you, Sylvia. You can't raise somebody's vibration for them. Because you know what I'd be doing today? 1-800. I can raise your vibration for you. Like I would have a hotline. And just raising people's by the minute, pay me by the minute, get your credit card out and I'll raise your vibration. Wouldn't that be an awesome job? Well, we can't raise someone's vibration for them, but we can influence them. Just like I'm influencing people listening today or that are taking notes. I've got enough, and I'm not even touching them. I'm influencing them through my words. So reread Sylvia's question, John, and I just wanted to have that little preface in the beginning. Go ahead.
Yeah, just remind me, apart from poking people with a sharp stick,
Yeah,
how can we help them raise their vibration?
that's right. Now, the also famous sentence, so what do I want, is, we use that to help us reset our vibes, right? Because when I talk about what I do want, then the words change. When the words change, the vibe changes. But people that are negative are using the word don't, not, and no. And people that are complaining about what they do not want or do not like. People are worried, they're giving attention to what they do not want to have happen. So whether you're worried or whether they're complaining or whether they're noticing how crappy their life is, they're all using the word don't, not, and no. And the way to influence that train of thought that they're on is by saying, so what would you like instead? Just wave them at, if you don't, if this is what you don't want, and you don't need to say, well, we're doing step one from Michael, I have to do that. I don't care. I don't care where you got it from Michael Loesch's book, Step Number 1. You don't have to teach it to them. You don't even have to use the word, so what do you want? You could say, so what would you like instead? Right? Just kind of match their energy a little bit and then find out what they'd like instead. And what's going to happen, Sylvia, is that they're going to stop complaining around you because you are training them how to treat you. Sylvia, write this down. People will treat me the way I allow them to. You can almost count on my friends don't call me to complain. Can you imagine that now? Someone calling me to complain? Oh, you can complain all right for about 1 minute. And then I'm getting out my big stick. And we're going to reset your vibe. And if you don't want to do that, then I'm not listening to your minute of complaining. I'll listen to you because in that complaining, we're going to birth the contrast. In that complaining is all the things that I don't like. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Good. Tell me more. Tell me more. And then we're going to birth the clarity. And clarity, although it's about the eyes, has a feeling. You know what it feels like? Ah, that's what I wanted. That's a feeling. I don't know what it's called. Clarity. Like the whole word homework is not a feeling, but it causes one. Ooh, homework, or ooh, homework. It's not a feeling, but it causes one. Okay, I think I answered that question, John. We can move on, thanks.
Yeah, another question. I have one here from Kelly Carson. How do you stop that scary feeling when things are going right?
How do I stop the scary feeling when things are going right? Now, maybe this will answer your question. I remember when my book first came out. I mean, I just really self-published it so I could go speak places. That's all I did. He said, oh, you want to be a speaker? Write a book. And I thought, okay, I'm going to write this book about law of attraction. It's stuff that I've been teaching for 2.5 years. And then it turned out to be very successful. And then I got scared and overwhelmed. And what wasn't in place was the infrastructure. I would get an order for 10 books, and I would say, oh my God, I just got an order for 10 books. And I thought, listen to yourself. And it's because I was an overwhelm. I was doing everything. I was mailing books and licking stamps and I was doing it all, right? And then that was getting scary. It's like, this is getting too big. And then I remember saying, okay, law of attraction, that's enough. Let's put the brakes on. Hashtag there is no brakes, okay? Because when you try to put the brakes on what's happening, you're giving it more. Law of attraction, stop sending me so many book sales. Law of attraction, and you know what law of attraction here is? Book sales, because that's the vibration. So I think my answer for Kelly is when we're scared about something, it's always about the future. It's never about what's happening. So you might be thinking about what the change is going to be in the future or what's going to happen. So just build some infrastructure. And I'm also getting the word calculated risk. I take risks a lot, but they're very calculated. And calculated means they're planned out. So, it's like, oh, I'm going to, even doing this here, it's like, you know what, I've got a big goal of how many people I want to come take that. Well, that was a risk to say, well, I'm going to do it for free, and it's going to be a book club, and it's not going to do it, that was a risk, but I calculated it. I just finished an 8-week one a week ago on a smaller scale. I thought, oh, this is easy. I did an 8-week series for the Emotion Code, Body Code practitioners. I recorded it all. We put it up, and now I'm selling it. And I thought, so this isn't scary anymore. When I say scary, I mean this is bigger. You know, the Emotion Code was inside the Emotion Code group of 1,000 people. This could be, 2,000 people just watching it. So calculated risk. I'm a risk taker, but it's calculated. Okay, John. Why don't you do another scan there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Leslie Owen says, thanks, I get it, but it's so hard. And Permelia Parham says, good morning, handsome bros. Happy to be here today from sunny Parksville on beautiful Vancouver Island. And Jennifer Towner has, I believe there's a question in here. I'll read it. She says, I am an online health and fitness coach. I've been practicing LOA and just starting to learn about emotion code and the communication styles. Do you have any recommendations on what I should focus most of my practice on? I'm new to it and dig in. Just want suggestions. Hashtag woo woo in practice.
Oh, it's a tough call because in my world, the ideal scenario would be to have all of that, right? And, yeah, there's something called the Venn diagram. I'm going to show the Venn diagram. I actually did a Venn diagram this week. I do them a lot because it helps explain things. The Venn diagram is 2 circles or more that overlap. And I want to have these 3, just like the Olympic rings. So see this little shape, this area here? So that's called the sweet spot. So here, and this is how I help people, say, you know what, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't know what I want to do my speaking engagements on. I say, well, what are you good at? So read the things that she said for her. She's a
health and fitness
right?
coach.
So we're going to write fitness here.
Yeah.
And we're going to assume she loves it and she's passionate about it, of course. So in other words, that's one of the elements that she wants to make sure it has that. And what's a couple other things?
Well, she's been practicing law of attraction.
Okay, so law of attraction would be another circle here. And
there's the emotion code.
Okay. She could have a lot more, but we're just going to say. So what the sweet spot would be some kind of program or practice or seminar where you merge all 3 of those things. Now, I already know one in my head. Do you want it? Do you want it already?
Yeah.
Okay, now, what I would do I would tap into other fitness instructors and I would teach them how to use law of attraction to grow their practice using law of attraction. You already know the fitness people, you already know law of attraction, and they all get emotion code sessions. And that could be like a full day seminar, or it could be something done over the telephone. And your sweet spot is tapping into all 3 of those things. Okay, it's called the Venn diagram, V-E-N-N. It was some guy's last name, and I use it a lot. And we just birthed that real quick answer for her. I see a question from our friend Nick Carter. I'm going to read that. Nick says, "What do you do if you're not good at visualizing?" Don't visualize. I keep concentrating on the feeling of having what I want to manifest, but so far, big things I'm trying to bring out are still in the void. First, here's the rule about anything, Nick, whether it's praying or visualizing or making a macaroni collage or telling 10 friends or building a dream board or visualizing it and putting it in a pink bubble, whatever that means. All of them have one common denominator. All of them are intended to help you give attention to your desire. And here's the good news. You don't have to use all 10. How do you know which one you use? You use your vibrational meter reader to tell you what your style is. Now, I'm going to agree with you about visualization. I'm visualizing. John, you're going to be my vibrational meter reader. So right now I'm trying to visualize. Now, I haven't really done it before, so I don't really know what it's like, which is the challenge. But I'm just going to play with the idea that I have a live show on a cable network doing emotion code and healing people on the streets and making a big deal about it. I don't know what that feels like because I haven't had it. That's the challenge. So now I'm just visualizing. I'm on the streets and I have a film crew and oh, now I'm thinking about dinner. It's like, in other words, I'm not good at getting the picture of it. The law of attraction isn't responding to the picture that I'm getting. It's responding to the picture. It's responding to how I feel about that I'm not getting the picture. John, this is cueing you. So now I'm visualizing and thinking, okay, great. I just saw myself on this. Okay, that's pretty exciting. So where's my vibes now? That's pretty exciting. I got a little picture of me on the street with the film crew and so on.
Ding, 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 ding,
That's
ding.
right. And now I'm thinking, oh no, I lost my train of thought. Oh, now I'm thinking about something else. Oh, I can't visualize. I can't even get a picture, and I'm not even getting any feelings for it now. That's right. It's not what you're doing. It's how you feel about what you're doing. So Nick Carter, you have my permission to scratch off visualization. It's not your style, period. Now, if you knew the 4 learning styles, you might be able to say, well, here's my strongest style, and here's how I like to do that. Now, I am a flip chart maker. That's how I plan everything. I plan my books. I plan the seminar. I plan this on a flip chart with, headings and move stickies around and plan it. But I don't keep it on the wall. I just do it so that's how I like to see it. Some people like to do collages. Some people like to talk about it. Some people like to read about it. So you have to find out what your style is. Now, in my book, I talk about allowing the absence of the doubt. The speed at which you're not receiving any of this, Nick, isn't determined in how much you're visualizing. It's determined in how much doubt you have in receiving it. So your homework today is not to notice that it's not showing up. Your job today is to notice what is showing up. Is there anything that's on your list that's in alignment to what you want? And get excited about that. And declare yourself as being attractable, meaning you're able to attract. Because if it came to you, you had to have had it in your vibrational bubble. So now you're proving that the bubble thing works, as opposed to focusing on the void. Remember, law of attraction doesn't know if you're pretending or playing or remembering or creating or worrying or having fun or daydreaming. It is responding to what's included in your vibration. So in short, Nick, celebrate everything that's in alignment, that's towards what you want. And doing that, it'll keep it included in your vibration.
Mm-hmm. I like the vibrational business plan. That's a great tool that I use.
Oh yes, mine was hanging there. I took it down for another reason, but yeah, the vibrational business plan. You can go to HangoutWithMichael.com. Up in the tab where it says Law of Attraction, there's a free 30-minute training where I teach you how to plan your business the vibrational way.
Or it could be relationship too. Instead of like a vision board, it's for the digital person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Corinne Beach Murray's here, says morning. Alan Davison, great advice for redirecting our relationships. If they can't match the vibe you're sending, you can't get new colleagues to come to you. Yeah.
Our new friend Kim said, I've been following you and your teachings, taking notes like crazy. It's amazing. I sell real estate and it's helped me attract 3 properties totaling $5 million in beach properties. Hashtag no breaks needed. I've been setting up healthy friend boundaries also after I saw the episode about your note saying no cell phones in your home. Hashtag only positive vibe. Hashtag I haven't seen him since. He hasn't been in my house since the sign on the door. That's okay. Okay, that was some good feedback there. Thank you. And Steve Carter. Hi, guys. The emotion code can be used to positively affect all kinds of physical conditions. So my question is, can it be used to cause bodily changes normally only brought about by cosmetic surgery? He's saying, for example, I have my mother's nose. Negative for him. Can he use law of attraction to change physical shape without surgery?
The law of attraction or emotion code?
He was asked about the emotion code.
I'd say no, not something like that.
Yeah. I know you can use emotion code to reduce your body weight, but that's not changing your nose.
Yeah, some people look younger when they've had an emotion code session, but that's not really the same. And
That's not what Steve wants to hear, but
yeah,
I would use the emotion code on Steve to help him love his nose that he has.
yeah, self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, hashtag nose love.
nose love.
Okay? Nose love.
Yeah,
Good question.
yeah,
And I'd want to find out why you feel that way and zap that out. Hashtag zap it out. Okay, I'm just scanning here, John.
yeah. Faye there has a question. You've kind of covered this one, but just to recap, she says, can we use LOA for someone else, someone who is not motivated enough to do it for himself?
No, but you can influence them. You know, I always like to start with a small goal. You know, people that are down and out, and might say they're depressed. Maybe they're not clinically depressed. It's like, I'm just depressed, and I would say set a goal, even if the goal is like going to Vancouver for the day, or plan a hike. Just find something in the future to look forward to. And in NLP, that's called a future timeline. Some people don't have a timeline to the future, right? So put something out there in the future and then kind of move towards it. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I don't know if that answered the question or not.
maybe something. Yeah, absolutely. Kim Whitner says, hello, still in Niagara Falls. Kelly Carson says, thank you. Infrastructure will do. Oh, Dia has a question. Great. Dia J. Lewis from Atlanta. Been thinking about a question today. I'd like to think I have good self-esteem, and in fact, I have not even focused on relationships at all due to focusing on my financial/work situation. Yet I keep attracting encounters with men/boys that I find unattractive, in brackets, ugly. It makes me start thinking negative thoughts like I must be ugly/unattractive. And if I'm attracting these guys, is this LOA issue or an emotion code/heart wall I need to correct?
Okay. A lot of information in that sentence. And I got stopped at when she said she had low self-esteem, and then started talking about relationships like that would change it. So the opinions expressed here are mine today. So self-esteem means to say it when you see it, John.
Esteem yourself.
That's right. So you don't need to be looking outside of yourself to get esteemed. So that's where I would start. And also an emotion code session would definitely help you remove the trapped emotions that occurred from previous events that are making you feel that way about yourself, or that trigger that little bit of doubt, right, John? It's like something's triggering all that. So get rid of those negative triggers that are causing you not to feel good about yourself. And then when you esteem yourself, then you attract people that are, and that's not the only time. People attract negative people all the time, but you want people to match your esteem. Hashtag match my esteem.
Yeah, attract like-minded people.
That's right. Right now, and I need to talk to you more about the whole conversation, but right now, if you did attract somebody, that person would probably be on the same esteem dial as you. I don't know that for sure, but I do know law of attraction matches. So if it's a perfect match, or you're match, so why don't you esteem yourself higher first and higher, and then that'll be the new vibe, and then do a clarity through contrast for your ideal partner. And then ask another question. That's your homework for today. Then come back and ask us again.
Come back next week too, or the week after. Maria Favita, what happens when you want two different things? It doesn't seem possible to have both.
Well, has there ever been a time where you've had two things at once that you both liked? Probably. Is there anybody on the planet that has these two things that you want right now? And the billions of people on the planet, is there anybody that has two things that they really wanted? Or is there anybody that has those two things that you really wanted? I'm just playing on the notion of doubt here. Yeah. And if not, pick the one that brings you the most joy if you have to decide. Pick the one that has the best return of the return on investment, and the investment being your energy. Make sure it has the right return. Hope that helps, Maria.
Yeah. Nick Carter, excellent bros. Thank you. Kelly Carson says, my vision board is not for the OCD. And hey, great update, Elaine Carlton. Did you see that? Good morning from Arizona. There are now 66 members in my Scottsdale LOA group. It's growing fast.
That is crazy.
Wow.
That's like I'm not reading it. Does she say how many weeks? I think it's just,
A month, maybe 6 weeks at the most.
no, I'm sure it's not even 6 weeks ago. Anyway, good for her.
Yeah.
What happens here, I think, yeah, so if you're in the Phoenix area, check out the comments there. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we'll see how it
amazing.
gathered its own steam.
Powerful. Elaine, you're powerful. Faye says, thank you for the great tips. Hey, Elise Shockey says, what's the best way to start with a client who is grossly obese?
Well, in my world, there's no start or finish to that process. You know, I'm still working on all of mine. But when I did my weight loss program, I always started with their anxiety. You know, in a lot different. What's my anxiety about having to lose weight? What's my anxiety about being overweight? What's my anxiety about that I'm never going to lose weight? Like, just try to find all the recurrences of anxiety, and they'll feel some, you know, because people eat when they're anxious, anxiety or panic and stuff like that. So, and yeah, there's lots to uncover in that process. But thanks, Alish.
Yeah, it could take a team too, right? Like it could take a few people, different modalities. So not just you. It's not just all on your shoulders. So yeah, get help.
Yeah, and then the second section, water. I would just get them right on water, you know, making sure they're drinking 2 liters of water a day or whatever that is in the American. You know, you all need to go metric one day, right, in the US. Okay. Doug Collins gave us a thumbs up. This is a great show today. Well, good. Well, we're going to hang on for 3 or 4 more minutes. So here's what we'd like to do. We would like to hear from you, from 10 people. Regarding today's show, what was something that you heard today that was, you know, kind of resonated with you? Or what did you learn today that you see yourself maybe practicing over the next couple of days? What did you think? What made sense today? And what did you get a grasp of today? What did you learn? What excited you? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, Janet Logan has a question. What is your favorite exercise to eliminate limiting beliefs?
Okay. Well, 2 answers. If it's a law of attraction question, in my book, I have a section about how to eliminate limiting beliefs, and that's by finding proof. Because a limiting belief is a thought that you think over and over and over and over again. So as soon as you can find proof that thing that you don't believe anymore, so that's why I was asking earlier. I said, well, is there anybody on the planet that has 2 things in their life right now that they want? As soon as you can find evidence of it, it has to whittle away the doubt. And it's like, oh, maybe that is true, right? So now that belief isn't limiting you as much anymore. Or an emotion code session. Find out, you know, do I have beliefs that it's not safe or it's not okay or I'm not worthy or that I don't believe I can even have it. So say I would do both of those.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work with limiting beliefs with emotion code lately, and it's not what the client brings of their statement all the time. It's actually the subconscious statement that they don't even know about.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got a list of limiting beliefs, and then I'll muscle test through it and see if they're in alignment with this negative statement. So if it's, you know, 50 statements and it's statement 22, you're in alignment with that. And then I would ask if there's a trapped emotion contributing or an emotion we can clear to make the statement false or let go of the negativity, clear it out until they're not in alignment with that negative statement anymore.
So you're actually deliberately seeking limiting beliefs in that method. Oh, I like that.
But there'd be
wait for them to come out.
Yeah, there'd also be a symptom though, right? So they wouldn't be like, oh, I want to clear my limiting beliefs. That's not necessarily the symptom. I guess it could be, but it would be like, you know, I'm not attracting the relationship I want. You know, I've been single for, you know, 5 years kind of thing, right? So then you test through statements about relationships, or if it's money, right? And then you test for limiting beliefs about money. Yeah.
Well, why don't we plan a show on that? Maybe take one one of those little groupings.
Love it.
Yeah, we can discuss that offline. We're in the middle of a show right now, okay?
Okay. All right. Hope that helped, Janet.
Janet Logan says, hey, thanks. I didn't consider the emotion code. I'll do that right now. Good stuff. Doug Collins, thank you for all this feedback, by the way. We want to hear from 10 of you. Doug Collins is saying, as a result of today's show, I'm now doing a clarity through contrast for family, relationship, situation. Good stuff. Change the vibration. You'll change the results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sylvia says, get people to stop complaining by raising your own vibration. That's what she would have learned today. Did learn. Barbara says, I'm removing negative/limiting beliefs from myself all the time. Great. Yeah.
Our friend Faye Zare also wants the U.S. to go metric as well. So she's Team Michael on that one. Did you read Susan Arthur's or did it just appear?
Just came in.
Okay, I'll read that one. Susan Arthur says, I did the work in your book, and all of a sudden, it gave me deliberate thinking, and everything clicked into place. Now I really think negatively. Now I really think negatively. I majorly catch myself and think, so I actually want X, Y, Z. Sorry, I tried to be an actor reading that, but she got it. Right now she's thinking more positively right away. Okay.
Do you like the Venn diagram? Think it'll help me find more suitable work. Yeah. Kelly Carson, building infrastructure.
Barbara Rowing, she's removing negative vibrations or limiting beliefs all the time. Good stuff. Good house cleaning.
Yeah.
Keeping weather.
Jennifer's going to work with a fellow coach about creating a group which encompasses LOA and emotion code. Okay,
perfect. So, John, what do we have planned for the Bro Show tomorrow?
Well, we're going to... There is no show.
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
Right, sir. There is no show.
There is no show.
Sorry. I'm just in the middle of my head. Sorry.
Somewhere in there.
We'll make it go live. We'll see about that when we get there tomorrow. Check out the room.
Yeah, so we're doing a health and wellness fair on Vancouver Island, and I'm joining Michael. I'm taking a float plane. Well, a train to a plane to a taxi to the fair, and be posting some stuff on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. Check out some pictures.
I'll put if you're on Vancouver Island, it's no bigger than Gilligan's Island. So if you're here, you know where Nanaimo is. If not, you'll have to take a boat and a barge and a plane and a rubber ducky to get here. It's like nowhere. Okay, John, that's it for today. We did a good show. We answered lots of questions. Elaine is going to see us tomorrow. She's just saying us hello. And we'll see you live in person tomorrow. We'll probably do a little pop-in at 9 o'clock or whatever, just to say hello. And then by then, we'll know about the meeting room, whether we can do something there.
Right. Tammy's going to be in the
that's it, John. Let's say goodbye to our friends at home. See you later, everybody.
Bye, everyone.